Holy shit. Freaking leak project. Oh wow, this channel and Rex Bear are like so interesting. So quick ramble through this shit real fast. So new buddy Greg caught me up on the fact that the date August 12th is significant because that's when Sirius is at the highest point in the sky and it is most powerful. And said that Aleister Crowley chose August 12th to get married on this day because it is such a powerful day. And then September 1st or 2nd was whenever, because this was the rapture feeling moment. September 1st or 2nd was the walk back in moment. And I went through a couple of my videos before and I see that I hit like a Mandela effect and being upset talking about this, where a few months down, like I kind of thought maybe a video or two that the walk-in, because I don't have any of this written down. Like I don't fucking write any of, damn it, I don't write any of this down unless it's on like a dry erase board or something like that. So I'm just kind of winging it, trying to keep track of it, freaking out, but I don't have it wrote down. So I thought for a second that like it was the next day after the walk-in that it was like Mercury retrograde. And then I went back and I rewatched my dry erase board video that I'm really glad I made, because it was September 1st or 2nd. And this Mercury retrograde was like, I can't remember. I saw some Indian lady breaking this planetary alignment down that happened. It was some rare planetary alignment, I think between 4 of them. And the shit was intense. And then we go down to the end of September. It is September 30th is my middle sister's birthday. She's a star seed. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about her. Then, I scribbled that out because I was still writing September. October 2nd is my dad's birthday. And the end of the retrograde. I did hear some things that this one was like a little more prolonged because of where Mercury was, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? As of October 2nd, I literally, like, I didn't even remember what day it was. I didn't remember it was my dad's birthday. I was so blendered that I literally was just like running around waiting to die. Then, today's October 27th. I'm getting ready for work, but I have to pound this out because I couldn't even believe this video. Like, I can't believe this. Okay, so my youngest son's birthday is tomorrow. He will be 13 tomorrow, but take you back here. Last year, on my oldest son's birthday, who had just turned 13, was when those religious and global leaders went slithering up the side of fake Mount Sinai over for that new 10 Commandments and climate change bullshit repentance that they did. That, you know, I don't know if a lot of spiritual community members realize happened. They went and did 12 days of, oh, we're going to take these tablets up, our new 10 Commandments, and we're going to go up and break them because it's symbolic, and doing a bunch of freaking ritual shit. Starting on my son's 13th birthday for the 12 days leading up to my 33rd birthday on November 19th. And this year, my baby, Gavin, is turning 13. And for 9 days every year, my kids are the same age. So it's like the struggle bus of having two 13-year-olds until my older one, and since I've said my younger son's name on accident on here, I will say that my older son's name is Landon until he turns 14. And then I'll be 34. All of our fake ages. 34 turning how many billions in the real game of life, really? This is so lame. Such a stupid game we're playing, but, well. So, this, let me get my blanket on. Rex Bear does. He's always like, in a garage by the water, blah, blah, blah. I'm under a blanket in Fayette County, Pennsylvania, pissed as shit. Ooh, this is so interesting.
The alignment, there's 2 in a row. The first one's 2 days from now, on the 28th of October. And it's a 4-body alignment simultaneously with a lunar eclipse. And even, did you know Comet Enki was just close to perihelion just a few days ago? It is such a rare alignment, but I'll show you the elements. Full screen share.
Will you do me a quick favor? And you'll be doing yourself a favor too. It won't cost you a dime, just a moment of your time. There's a quick video PDF is potentially harmful.
Sorry, homie.
It was like decal guide.
Watch out for October 28th.
Yeah. I think some of the things I've seen about it, you follow the remote viewers, like decal guide, Das Smith. Yeah. Because I'm a subscriber to their thing, and they were talking about a big event that could change the world, and they did their forecasting thing remote viewing wise, and a month in advance, and they thought that there were major changes, and I subscribed because I was thinking, is this big event, because a lot of them see mushroom clouds and whatever, I was thinking, is it something from space? Possibly. But it seemed to be them, though. It was more political and the war going on in Israel, Gaza Strip area, that kind of thing. But one of them did just briefly say something about possible something on the sun, but I don't know. It's very speculative. Everything I do is, when you start talking about a planetary alignment, you think maybe very, potentially powerful. It's very speculative. The probabilities are always nothing's going to happen. That's always the probability. But this particular alignment, there's one on 28th and there's one on the 3rd of November. And it's so intriguing because I've done a lot of work in studying many planetary alignments recorded in history. Some of the more recent ones over the past, couple of thousand years, which we've got precise dates for. And you can correspond the dates to high precision planetary alignments, and there's certain recurring patterns. And so the ones that were occurring on the 28th and also the 3rd of November, I'm going to discuss it and show you the images for, there are so many elements of these past alignments. It was just such an intriguing pattern. And again, these effects could be suddenly. So, I will even look at the solar, the space weather. There's a space weather website. Look at real-time solar flare stuff, and it all looks pretty calm, to be honest with you. But spikes like this, there was one last year. I saw another pattern which seemed kind of familiar, involving a 3-body alignment, and it was roughly around the November area time frame. And I said that again is certain hallmarks to other alignments in the past, and I thought maybe could be potential solar flare thing. And I think it was I've done a video on it on my YouTube channel, and it was the specific date that I picked was 19th of November. A solar flare. It didn't result in an X-class one. It was an M-class 1.61. But the event itself, I picked that date, weeks in advance, and for the entire 40-day period from when I picked it, a 40-day period, that date there was the day when the most powerful solar flare occurred, even though it was kind of a minor one. But it was based upon,
like I said, the 35, 40 days of high intensity that I had to deal with leading up to everything. I mean, it's funny. It's like I feel like Scruff McGruff trying to track down what the hell happened to me.
On a planetary pattern that has got certain elements of these great patterns. So it was just so intriguing to me. And there are a few dates going off into the future over the next like 15 or 20 years, 25 years or so, which again have certain patterns planet-wise that are suggestive of potential end of age alignments. But the one in next, we're recording at 26th, it's 7 p.m. my time in UK, and I gave an optimum for 28th because it's a 4-body alignment with a lunar eclipse, and I used to give about plus or minus 1 day either side. But there's also the 3rd of November. If we get into like 6th or 7th of November and nothing significant's occurred, then that would prove that these two patterns never had any celestial power.
So this guy is making predictions and expecting some strange energies to be coming between October 28th and November 7th. Between my 2 children's birthdays, who are both going to be 13 years old, which is probably just a coincidence and no big deal, while I'm 33. I just think this is so fun and cool.
Or if you will, you know what I mean? It's a dud, so to speak. But they were so intriguing, I could not help but notice them. If I go through the slides and show you this, you'll see why,
Yeah, you've got some slides for us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can do
That's
a screen
what I'm talking
share,
about. You got screen share. Real quick, too.
Yeah.
Keith, tell us just a brief introduction about you and our previous discussion.
Well, yeah. This actually, elements of what I'm going to talk about here relates to the previous one. But the previous one I did with you, that was several years ago. I think it's when you only had about 50,000 subscribers, so you're doing well. But yeah, so I'm an independent researcher, and I'm interested in, you could say, esoteric things, but one of my biggest interests is mainly mythological stories and how they encode planetary, celestial disasters, that kind of thing. So I always liked Greek mythology in particular. But I also like the esoteric stuff like Earth grid systems and whatever. So a lot of the stuff on my website, lostagesecrets.com, that is to do with like the placement of megalithic monuments, and not just them, but even modern military sites. They build them with the same technological principles, like Earth grid principles, as the ancients did, And so I look at things like basically the rediscovery of lost knowledge, and these catastrophes are all tied into.
This knowledge was never lost. The bad guys have always known this shit. It was hidden from us. I seen that they just found some other tablet out there that busts the Pythagorean theorem shit, because I guess, whenever people came up with that, they put a date on it, but they just found excavated out some ancient tablet that was talking about the Pythagorean theorem like so much before that was ever discovered by us. And it's really cool when you watch the show Supernatural, right? And you see the Leviathan collection going on archaeological digs and causing a bunch of bullshit to justify going on archaeological digs because they are looking for tablets. Then you see, when you fact check and realize who set up 9/11 and realize that a bunch of military men have come out and even said that they went to Afghanistan looking for weapons of mass destruction but ended up on archaeological digs. And then you go and look at the Clinton and Podesta emails, and it's kind of not hard to realize that they actually put the truth in the show Supernatural real hard, and the fact that, yeah, our governments have been trying to scramble to find these tablets, because everybody who knows about the ancient Sumerian tablets and the fact that you can go online and drop those things in a decoder and read them for yourself, everybody who knows about the ancient Sumerian tablets have the Abrahamic branch of religion busted to shit right away. And it sucks, because if this guy or Rex Bear or any of these super intellectual, super spiritually aware and open-minded people would go to a mental health specialist and say something like, you know what, I feel like I have a little bit of anxiety, and they would start talking about all of this true knowledge, because they are smarter in this aspect than doctors, and because they know their shit about things that sound like a foreign language and like some made up shit to sleeping doctors and therapists. These people would be mentally charged up. And as soon as they tried to tell their doctor or show their doctor proof, they'd go, do you think you're smarter than me? Do you think you're smarter than me? I think you're having delusions of grandeur. You think you're smarter than me. I have a degree in this. And then you go on to London Real and you see all of the doctors on there coming out, and have been forever, saying that 90-some% of all medical fact is actual medical fiction. And this is just, it's just interesting.
Into the fall of high-tech civilizations, like Atlantis many years ago. And so I've always been interested in that. And so I've published 2 books. One's called The Lost Age of High Knowledge, and the other one's Occult Physics. Both of those are out of print now. I do sell e-books of occult physics. I've split up into 2 books, because one deals with astronomical stuff, to an ideal solar system, and the other one deals with not just the ideal solar system, but the other one deals with like the esoteric principles of things like megalithic placement and even nuclear weapons, things like that. There's things on my website which follow on massively from the work of Bruce Cathy, a real pioneer in the fields of Earth grid stuff, and he was looking at how the relationship of the sun is tied into triggering nuclear weapons, but it also works with earthquakes as well. Like some of the earthquakes we've had recently, you see, like the one in Morocco.
And this is what sucks. The governments know all of this shit, and then they have HARP technology, and they're capitalizing on the energies that sleeping people don't realize are there, and they're literally just destroying us. And then you look at the news every single day from the October 4th broadcast on, where I was villainized for being upset about that or nervous at all, right? And, that was debunked. That's all debunked. How in the hell do you know that any of the people that you're watching on the news right now aren't reacting like a bunch of psychos because of something that was triggered? How in the hell do you know? Come out from under my blanket, it makes my nose run real fast. Even the people that I feel like are the aces in their places because they are spiritually advanced, and I'll never take that away from them, they all say shit that's just, I don't know, who the hell am I? What do I know? But these people, no one person agrees with one other person out there. Even the buddy homie system out there. We go out, when Indigo Angel and Seth Boza talk, they don't agree. And then, her as a female, she likes to point out, all of the times that females have been fucking wrecked and screwed with, which I appreciate. And then Boza, because he's a dude, he'll sit there and they'll play the blame game with each other and go, no, the fall of man, this was all women's fault. Women did this. It's the women, the Illuminati at the head of everything. Word, appreciate that. And then she's, no. It's men. They never fucking stop. Nobody just shuts the fuck up. And it's hilarious because there are so many people out there like them and like all of the other people who, no matter what, they think that they are right. Like, they think that their shit is, you know, almost irrefutable, their knowledge. And I want to know how anybody here doesn't, you know, what if this is a possibility? We've been running around following a script throughout the Dark Ages, right? Which has been until now. You know, we'll just say this is 2024 we're coming up on. All of this shit happened in this reality. But everybody out there is swearing that they know the truth about what actually happened and their shit does not line up. How does anybody know we are not trickling down economicsing into this shithole world right now, coming from alternate realities where, hey, you know, maybe in your alternate past reality, maybe you're right, you know. Corey Good has a lot of stuff to say about the star seeds. And the things that he says about star seeds make sense as to why the cult of Oct.28 Dean. And what do I call a cult nowadays? I think anything that is not allowed to be questioned is a fucking cult. If you are not allowed to question somebody's material without getting flipped out on, because no, that chick whose eyes slit into reptilian slits before during presentations, and people have seen that shit live in shows, she has to be right. She has all of this information. She has to be right. Yeah, well, Corey Good has a lot to say about the fact that Earth is actually a toilet for the entire solar system, all of them. And a lot of times what's happening with star seeds and why there are so many fucked up, broken people all over the front lines of mental health is because it is not the love and light whoop whoop bull crap that a lot of guardian materials present it to be. This is the detention center. This is the trash bucket. And a lot of civilizations out there, when they can't control things and when they have a little tissy fit with entities, they take them and they freaking drop them here. And like, this is hell. This is literally the hell of the entire universe. This is hell in real life. This is hell in the solar system. I mean, this is disgusting. And how do you guys know that we're not funneling in to create some kind of a new timeline, not a fallen AI timeline, like everybody is saying is supposed to happen? Well, hopefully, you know, because if the people don't wake up, you know, that's not great. So, you know, this is kind of what people think the fake Big Bang looked like it was some kind of a funneled down pressure and then Big Bang. Big Bang's a bunch of bullshit. But this is kind of what it feels like to me personally, is that nobody 100% of the way knows what the fuck they're talking about. I'll put a couple bucks in the swear jar. Nobody knows what the hell they're talking about all of the way. But we'll have pissing matches still trying to pawn blame off or point fingers. And when does that stop? You know, when does everybody super spiritually advanced look around and go, okay, you know, everything is actually so screwed up, and maybe we don't know everything that we think we know, because maybe there was alternate past realities, and maybe there's older beings out there who are just waking up and getting their bearings, and we don't like them. We don't like certain indigo 3s, although we know that the indigo 3s are carrying fallen Anunnakis. And yeah, whatever. What freaking ever. And back to this, because this is cool shit.
And the one at 6th of February in Turkey, the 7.8 one.
Okay, there's a few things that we talk about on here that we can only talk about on Patreon. So just so you know, it's all uploaded on Patreon, ad-free, and you can sign up for as little as $1. So, but let's go back to this, because most of this is here on YouTube.
The way that I see it is this. We have, obviously, the movements of all the planets in the solar system, all rotating on an axis, orbiting the sun, yeah? And when you are doing with normal everyday activity, not much to see. But when you get certain special arrangements, what you get is, you see, the system, and this is one of the basic things regarding the solar system, right? All of the celestial bodies in the solar system are exchanging energy in a very special sort of way. And this is just my own theory. And it's to do with the things like expanding planets and contracting planets. When we think about the Earth, there's a theory about Earth expansion, right? But if you think about the Earth getting bigger, you've then got to ask yourself, if it's volume-wise expanding, is it also getting extra matter? And if so, where's the matter coming from? And the answer is from the core itself. What you've got between all the celestial bodies in the solar system is an exchange of matter, like a stream where you get some material from the sun, withdrawing into the center of the sun, and you could say like an instantaneous quantum jump, and instantaneously withdraw some sun, say, and it merges into the earth and starts adding to the earth. And you've got this going on at like a really fine-tuned rate, gradually going all, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And so you get bursts of matter, or little microscopic streams of matter. And this is why the Earth's been expanding slightly, the moon's been contracting, other planets are doing other changes, the sun's been expanding.
This shit's super interesting.
They are basically creating a hotspot, and it's natural energy, they're appropriate.
I'm gonna turn it off because I have shit to do. Because I'm doing big things out here. Serving and bartending in hell, trying to, you know, bullshit with people. When they tell me how horrible their lives are, I can just clearly this is not even real life. Like, we must be in a simulation. Like, you know, everything's gonna be fine, you know, everything, this is just a video game. Like, everything's cool. And I've literally actually talked to so many customers and shit about this, even at my last job, which was not like a higher end place. It was like a very normal, like, little city, like, bar restaurant, which was like a nice change, even though there was no management and it was a fuckle. But yeah, if you want to, this is a super interesting video. I would hate to pull up the catastrophic disasters that this guy has tracked throughout the ages, because I don't want to be a fear monger. And, you know, I don't think that there's, you know, who knows? Everything should probably be fine. This is just interesting. I'm just watching the ball game, and it is pretty intriguing. Very, very intriguing. And toodles.